Welcome back to another video, guys. My name's Blake92. What was that? But anyways, yeah, class is off. I think it's what this is gonna be. Yeah, but this is not a Q&A, okay? Just chill. Most of you probably don't know, but I write novels. I'm getting one published hopefully this summer. I'm gonna have it finished by the end of May, hopefully. But I started writing back in like 5th grade is when I first started, and I had this notebook, and I used to write in this notebook. BHG is my initials, if you're wondering why it's called Book by BHG. And then we have this on the other side, which it's all tore up. It's like all torn up on the front. But yeah, I got this is what it used to be called, and the first chapter's all messed up. I don't know, it's like really hilarious because it's so poorly written that I just laugh. This book, well actually 3. There's only the first 2 in here. I started writing the 3rd one online, but these first 2 have been rewritten since then. They need to be re-edited again, and then those ones will get published too. I'll probably all be in one big book is what I'll probably do, since, you know, I don't want to try to sell 3 separate books. So I'll probably put all 3 of them into one. But yeah, so it's actually pretty hilarious. I used to really be into gore, so I tried to make it super gory, but it just came out retarded. Alright, so I found a random one here. Like, I used to write these big letters for the top, and look how they're like 2 giant paragraphs. But it's really great, and I'm gonna read a little bit of this because it's funny. Okay, it's hilarious. It's great. But let's just read it. So I'll just read it from here. We stepped into the cave, looking around. They're the wrong form of there, by the way. This is written in 5th grade too. I already said that, but you probably don't remember because you don't pay attention. There was nothing in sight, just rock. We continued down through the cave, cautiously of anything coming, I guess. I don't know. Max and I kept going, but when we turned the corner, I was confused. Last time we fell through the floor, I said. Yeah, Max said, confused too. Weird. But we continued on down the cave. We turned another corner, and right there, not 2 feet away, was a huge dino dragon. I quickly pulled out my saw, the saw from like Call of Duty and stuff like that, other games in real life, you know, and pulled the trigger. I saw the bullets fly right through him, but when I thought he was going to fall over, he did something else. ... Alright, this is the end of book 2. Okay, look at this crap. This part's hilarious because I read this earlier today. I continued down the dirt road, not knowing anything. Then there was another big boom. I turned around to see all the houses exploding into pieces. All the houses. Apparently everything just blowing up, okay? I wrote like Michael Bay makes movies. I started to run, but the houses in front of me started to explode. I started sprinting back towards the cave, but Dino Dragon started coming out of the cave. This is all exclamation points, too. They had to be over 500. Thankfully, there was a saw, again, in the grass next to me. I figured it came out of Max's house when it exploded. Yeah, because the house didn't blow up, and its saw is just going to land perfectly right next to you. I picked it up and pulled the trigger. All I saw was dozens of body parts and gooey blood. I swept back and forth, just mingling anything in the way. Then Dino Dragons fell like apples off of a tree during a tornado. Apples off of a tree during a tornado. Great simile there, fam. Great simile. But I just shot until it overheated. There were like 20 left, so I picked up a board out of a pile of rubble. I started whopping them beside the head with it. There were blood splatters all over the dirt road. Then whoop! W-H-O-P, whoop! Then whoop! The last one went down. I dropped the bent up piece of wood. How does a piece of wood bend? It just break. It's not like, what? Into the grass. I started walking down the dirt road again. But I know I will always be remembered as Emma. That's the main character's name. That's how the book ends. That's just how it ends right there at the top. I dropped the bent up piece of wood onto the grass. I started walking down the dirt road again. But I know I'll also be remembered as Emma. End of the book. That's it. That's it. I did eventually re-edit that, and it does end a lot differently and a lot better. And the 3rd book in the series is actually pretty good for what it is. Yeah, I thought this was the crap. I thought this was like the best thing ever, and I thought I was a really good writer. I'm a lot better now. I mean, I'll probably look back in like a few years and just laugh at myself again. But yeah, it's hilarious. And there's like so many plot holes and confusing things. Like why are all these teenagers like using like saws and everything else? Like why do all these teenagers have this stuff? And like this one's all in one giant paragraph for part 1 of chapter 1 of part 2. It's all in one, and it's just like there's no dialogue splitting at all. It's just like, anyways, we have really big news. My mom screamed. What? I asked, confused. We're moving. My mom shouted at the top of her voice. Top of her voice. What? I shouted out. Then, have you heard of it? My mom asked nicely. Have I heard of a planet called Brutu? Let me see. Yes. It's just like, what? There's no spacing whatsoever. It's really confusing to read. And I used to, here's a funny story for you. In parts of this, if you see like down there where it's all scribbled out right there, I used to put like one of those little stars, you know, like what's on number 8 on your keyboard. And I used to put little stars for when they swore, you know, so I wouldn't actually write it because I was in 5th grade, so I just didn't do that. And I let my friend borrow the book because he wanted to read it, and he read it, and he wrote in all the swear words above the stars. And I never looked in the book after he handed it back to me, and I left it on the table down in the dining room. And when I came home from school the next day, because I didn't bring it to school that day, because I think that was when I was finished part 2, and my mom had it in her hand, and she was just like, what is this? And I was like, that wasn't me. And she's like, still, why are you putting stars in for swearing? It's just like, it's supposed to be a mature book. The new book that I wrote now, The Untold Story of Paige is what it's called. That one has mild language. That one doesn't actually have like full on swearing, but you know they're gang members, okay? They're gonna use some strong language, so I mild it down from what it would be, but you know, yeah. But anyways, hope you guys like that dumb little video. I just wanted to read that. Hopefully you laughed at my terrible writing from back in the old days. Anyways, hope you guys liked this video. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the video. Have a good day, guys. I feel paralyzed. I gotta record so many videos and I don't really want to, but I have to, so we're doing that.